It's 10 years since you did your first gig as the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
June 2003
Mm-hmm.
at the Grapes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was where it all began. Life's changed forever.
Now it's 3 in the morning.
Had very successful albums, but the reviews for this one, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 5 stars.
I know.
Has that blown you away a bit?
Well, I didn't really read reviews, although I have in like the last week. But maybe that's because they've all been really good. Like, so I knew there was nothing to be afraid of.
Why'd you only call me when you're high?
People have their own interpretations of your music, and your lyrics particularly speak to people in a certain way. Essentially, this album is a lot of songs about wanting the girl and getting drunk and texting the girl and wanting to go back to the girl. Yeah, it's trouble.
Yeah, it sort of always has been. That's really is what I've been banging on about like the whole time. Really, it's not as under the microscope perhaps as like our first record was very kind of like I was pointing at things and talking about them. Whereas now maybe it's a little bit more comes from within somewhere.
What comes first? Is it the lyrics, or is it an inspirational piece of, like a hook or something?
It's different every time. On this record, a lot of it came from the music and I suppose the drums and the bass, really. And I'd have those guys sort of record little ideas that we'd all had, and I'd kind of write to these kind of scratchy recordings of that, rather than sit there with the acoustic guitar or something. I think that's responsible for the way the melodies move a little bit on this.
There's a song on the album, the last one, I Want to Be Yours, which is not your words at all.
No.
Tell us a bit about that.
Well, the words to I Want to Be Yours come from a poem. I suppose as far, well, I suppose, yeah, when you're mentioning the vacuum cleaner, you kind of can't really get any more, sort of.
And what's the
down
couplet
there.
when he talks about the vacuum cleaner?
It's, what is it? Let me be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. He was the first and probably only person that admitted to liking the name Arctic Monkeys, because it's a pretty dreadful band name, like I think we all agree. We met him after his show, and we sort of just formed the band then. We were like, yeah, we got this band going, Mr. Clark. And he's like, oh, that's great. It's just a picture of trauma, you know. It's this monkey like in the snow, and he doesn't know what he's doing there. So we stuck with it, probably based on that.
You've done 5 albums now. You've done the Olympics opening ceremony, and you've played Glastonbury twice. You've won all sorts of awards. What else is there to achieve?
I suppose the goals aren't as like easy to explain as just a show. I mean, yeah, there's places I'd love to go and play, but maybe the ambition lies like in the studio a little bit more now.
When I said I was interviewing you, people did say, is he ever going to do Strictly? Because they bet that you'd look good on the dance floor.
Of course.
Well, it's lovely to see you.
Nice to see you, Susanna.
Thanks very much
Good
indeed.
luck on the floor.
Thank you.
You get such a rapport, don't you, there with him? People never said to you, go on, ask him about Strictly.
Don't deny it now. Ask him about Strictly, you said.
The Arctic Monkeys' new album, AM, is out now, and off the back of that really exhilarating encounter, we have another one coming up with